All right, we're going to take a look at the front end now and show you the parts and how to deinstall them. Again, reverse the deinstall process to install. Really straightforward, but we're going to be specifically talking about the acquisition module and the acquisition control board. The acquisition control board is technically a front end item, but it is inside the e-box, so just bear with kind of the system architecture here. There's that gray area. It's physically inside the e-box, which is technically a back-end item, but its functions are really beamforming and controlling the acquisition module, which technically makes it a front-end board. We're going to start off with the acquisition module. This is the most common failing part in the machine, as we talked about before. The most common faults here, CW noise and color noise, like we talked about. You'll get some hard error code faults, 514, 005. Also included is our broken transducer ports, which do happen, or probes not engaging or probes not recognized because there's something faulty in the probe identification circuits that are on there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to remove the power module because we are going to get access to the entire e-box and acquisition module assembly. Note, there are some quicker ways of doing this, but we're going to show you the safest way to get the equipment out to prevent damage from occurring. So we're going to actually remove the entire e-box and acquisition module assembly and then remove the acquisition module from there. So we're just kind of taking you through the process of disassembly here as if you are brand new and really trying to prevent any accidental damage along the way. Power regulator boards coming out. Those three connectors we just removed were fan speed connectors, or fan power connectors, I should say. This is the ACB, and the connectors I was just connecting to up front is the acquisition module itself. So removing these so the acquisition module can dismount from the front, otherwise it's connected to these boards. This is our fan filter, good to know for a PM. Snapping off the side panel, these are just kind of on rubber grommet type of clips. Top plastic just clips on and off, same way. Same thing on the other side, just pull off the panel. And we're going to remove this next plastic top panel here. We're going to go get the front panel, this front plastic cover. We have 4 screws. You can see the transducer ports there. If you look at those closely, you oftentimes, if you're having some issues on getting good connections in one port versus another, look at the port that's faulty and you might be able to see some broken connections in there on the interconnect. And we're going to remove this front plastic piece to get access to the metal assembly behind it, which will contain your acquisition module. So your acquisition module is that front piece that is attached to the e-box, but just for being thorough in this training, we're going to go ahead and remove all the connectors, take pictures of your connectors and cables and where they go before you start removing them, so you know exactly where they go back. Referencing an external source of where your cables go is absolutely possible. We find that actually ends up taking more time than just pulling out your cell phone and taking a couple of pics on where everything should go. Even better, taking a video and kind of strafing up and down to see, for something for you to reference on exactly where the cable should go back to when you reassemble the machine. As you can see, everything connects to the e-box. It is the central processing unit of all the information on the machine. And it also outputs everything that the user uses. So now that we have the cables, we're getting them out of the way, we're going to remove all the screws to the perimeter of this metal chassis. And what's going to happen is that we're going to tilt this assembly forward. That's going to be your e-box and your acquisition module. You're going to see this process a few times in this training. We're kind of moving at real-time speed here, and we just wanted you to see it a few times so you're comfortable with the process. And there's that right latch that will prevent the whole e-box and acquisition module assembly from tilting forward. It's going to tilt forward with all the screws removed. That's what's going to hold it up, so there's no accidental tilting and kind of unnecessary impact to the assembly. So now that we have all the screws being removed, we're going to pull out to the right on that tab and let it fall forward. As you can see, with all the cables removed and the power module in the back allows that to fall forward. If you don't go through that process, if you keep trying to tilt the machine, the assembly, it will start tugging on the cables and start breaking things. All right, get a good grip on it. It's not light, not heavy, and now you have this assembly removed. Now we have your EKG extender. That does go bad, not very often, but it's something to look out for. It's just really a small electronic device. It's really a pass-through through EKG to get to the computer there. Now we're going to remove these perimeter screws. And this is what's holding the acquisition module to the e-box. So going around the perimeter. Again, you're going to see this process a couple of times to get access to the parts. We didn't want to show you this process just one time. We really wanted to really set in for you to watch it a couple of times because we are moving in real time here. Now we're going to slide the acquisition module off. If that ACB and power regulator was still connected, that would be an issue for us. It wouldn't come off very easy and cause some damage. And that is our acquisition module and reverse the steps to install it. And that's it.